What if I told you Ford is actually handing out brand new vehicles to select customers for free right now? Not $1 leases, not employee pricing. Completely free vehicles are leaving dealership lots across the country. This isn't an exaggeration. It's Ford's drastic move to stop their market share from crumbling as they face a looming financial crisis. I've spoken with 3 different Ford dealers, each stunned by what's unfolding. Ford's headquarters has initiated the most aggressive inventory reduction strategy the industry has ever seen, and it's raising serious concerns about what's really going on inside one of America's oldest automakers. The data behind this move is alarming and reveals why executives are in full-blown panic mode, and why it matters to anyone planning to buy a car in the next 6 months. By the end of this video, you'll know how to possibly qualify for a free Ford and understand the broader implications for the entire automotive market. The qualifications are surprisingly straightforward, but there's a hidden catch that could end up costing buyers thousands. Take a look at this recent drone footage, not of a factory, but of a Ford dealership in Michigan. Every inch is crammed with inventory, from the employee parking lots to customer service areas, and even blocking the service bays. It's a visual sign of a deeper problem. Ford currently has a 127-day supply of F-150s, compared to the industry target of 60 days. Broncos sit at a 163-day supply, Mavericks at 92 days, and Mustang Mach-Es at a staggering 201-day supply. For 3 straight quarters, Ford's production has outpaced demand by 37%. They're manufacturing vehicles that buyers simply aren't, purchasing at current prices, creating a financial tailspin. Each unsold vehicle costs Ford about $29 a day in floor plan interest. With around 112,000 excess vehicles sitting idle across U.S. lots, Ford is bleeding $3.2 million a day just in interest expenses. During last month's earnings call, CFO John Lawler admitted the situation was unsustainable, though he stopped short of revealing details. What he didn't say, but what dealers are now confirming, is that Ford has quietly launched the most extreme inventory purge ever attempted by a major automaker. As one Texas dealer put it, this isn't just about moving metal, it's about survival. So why would Ford opt to give away vehicles rather than offer steep discounts? The answer lies in how desperate the situation truly is. Ford rolled out its vehicle acquisition initiative 3 weeks ago with no public announcement, no ads, no fanfare, just quiet desperation. The program targets specific customer profiles with an offer that sounds too good to be true. Select vehicles provided at zero cost for qualified participants. Here's how it works. Ford identifies strategic growth households, typically first-time buyers under 35, households with competing brands or specific demographic profiles they're struggling to capture. These customers receive direct invitations to participate in what Ford calls a long-term product experience program. The vehicles being offered aren't base models. They're mid to high trim F-150s, Broncos, Explorers, and Mustang Mach-Es. Precisely the models with the highest inventory backlog. Most carry MSRPs between $48,000 to $72,000. Qualification is surprisingly straightforward. Credit score above 680. Household income over $75,000. Valid driver's license and insurance. Agreement to program terms. This is the critical part. Residents in one of 18 target markets. Sarah Williams in Atlanta received a 2024 F-150 Lariat, $62,050 MSRP 2 weeks ago. I thought it was a scam at first, she told me. But after verifying with the dealer, I drove home in a brand new truck without paying $1. Michael Chen in Portland got a Mustang Mach-Es Premium $59,995 MSRP through the program. The paperwork took about 2 hours. I kept waiting for the catch, but I've had the car for 18 days now. It's really mine. Ford isn't publicly acknowledging this program exists. When contacted, their corporate communications team provided only a vague statement about exploring innovative customer acquisition strategies, but dealers confirm it's happening, and they're not all happy about it. The numbers behind Ford's desperate move are alarming. Their Q1 financial report showed $3.8 billion operating loss in North American operations. 18.7% decline in retail market share year over year. 4.3 billion cash burn from operations. 41% reduction in dealer orders for Q2 inventory Wall Street has noticed. Ford stock has dropped 23% year to date while the broader market climbed. Credit rating agencies have placed Ford on negative watch, with Moody's citing persistent inventory imbalances and deteriorating pricing power. The free car program makes financial sense only when you understand Ford's desperation. Each unsold vehicle costs approximately $870 per month in carrying costs, floor plan interest, and depreciation. After 6 to 8 months, these costs can exceed $7,000 per vehicle, with the vehicles worth less each month they sit. By converting these depreciating assets into customer experience programs, Ford achieves multiple objectives. Clears toxic inventory without officially discounting, which would trigger matching discounts on all inventory. Avoids reporting these as fleet sales, which would hurt residual values. Creates a technical pathway to count these as placed units for manufacturing efficiency metrics. Establishes ongoing relationships with new customer segments. Industry analysts are divided on whether this represents brilliant strategy or final desperation. As auto industry consultant, Brian Miller told me, this is either the most innovative customer acquisition program in decades, or the last gasp of a company running out of conventional options. Ford's internal projections, leaked by a source in their finance department, show they need to reduce inventory by 78,000 units before Q3 to avoid covenant violations on their credit facilities. The free car program is currently tracking to place approximately 23,000 vehicles. Significant, but not sufficient to solve their fundamental problem. What's clear is that Ford has crossed a line no major manufacturer has dared cross before, and the implications extend far beyond just one company's balance sheet. Ford's dealers are in open revolt. The free car program bypasses their traditional profit centers and threatens the franchise model that's defined automotive retail for a century. They're undermining their own dealers, says Robert Martinez, who owns 3 Ford dealerships in Texas. We invest millions in facilities, marketing, and community presence. Then Ford gives away cars directly to customers. It's a betrayal. The financial impact on dealers is severe. Each free vehicle eliminates approximately $200 in potential front-end profit, removes $1,800 in potential F and I revenue, reduces service department capture by bypassing dealer delivery process, creates showroom traffic issues as non-qualifying customers demand similar deals. In Chicago, a group of 14 dealers sent a joint letter to Ford headquarters threatening legal action, citing franchise agreement violations. In California, the State Dealer Association has filed a formal complaint with regulatory authorities. The rebellion isn't just about money, it's about survival. Dealers operate on thin margins, typically 2 to 3% net profit. The free car program disrupts their entire business model while forcing them to maintain expensive facilities and staff. Some dealers are fighting back with creative countermeasures. In Florida, several dealerships have begun offering matching programs, providing free vehicles to customers who were denied by Ford's official program, then billing the manufacturer for warranty and incentive claims to recoup costs. Others are more direct. A dealer in Ohio simply refused to participate, telling Ford representatives, "I'll sell cars, not give them away. That's not why I invested my life in this business." The most alarming development: 37 dealers have initiated preliminary paperwork to surrender their franchises, believing Ford's strategy signals a shift toward direct sales that will eventually eliminate traditional dealerships entirely. As one dealer with 40 years in the business told me, this isn't just a desperate inventory move. It's Ford testing whether they need us at all. Ford's unprecedented move is sending shockwaves through the entire automotive industry. Competitors are scrambling to respond without matching a strategy they view as potentially suicidal. GM dealers report customers arriving with Ford's free car, offers demanding similar terms. One Chevrolet dealer in Atlanta posted a sign: "We don't give away cars for free because we plan to stay in business." Used car values for Ford models have plummeted. A 3-year-old F-150 that valued at $38,500 in January now brings just $31,200 at auction, a 19% drop in 4 months. This collapse is spreading to other brands as the market tries to price in the new reality of potentially free new vehicles. Industry. Analysts predict a cascading effect. 12 to 18% decline in used vehicle values across all brands by Q. 3. Increased subprime delinquencies as borrowers find themselves underwater. Tighten lending standards as banks protect against collateral devaluation. Potential inventory write-downs at other manufacturers. The ripple effects extend beyond retail. Fleet managers report Ford offering 60-month leases at $99 per month with no down payment for commercial customers, effectively giving away vehicles to maintain market share in the lucrative fleet segment. Wall Street has taken notice. Shares of AutoAtion, Carvana, and CarMax have declined 14 to 22% since Ford's program began, reflecting investor concerns about the sustainability of current used vehicle pricing. Perhaps most telling is the response from foreign manufacturers. Toyota and Honda have both issued internal guidance to dealers acknowledging Ford's program, but instructing them not to match these offers under any circumstances. This is how industries collapse, warns automotive economist Dr. Sandra Reynolds. When a major player decides giving away product is better than selling it, the entire market's pricing structure becomes unstable. For consumers, this creates both opportunity and risks. The opportunity, unprecedented deals as manufacturers and dealers fight for survival. The risk, purchasing vehicles that may rapidly depreciate if free car programs expand or become normalized. As one industry veteran put it, we're watching a slow-motion train wreck that will reshape how cars are sold in America. And it started with Ford deciding that free was a price point. Those free Fords come with strings attached. Strings most recipients don't discover until after they have signed the paperwork. The 32-page agreement participants must sign contains several alarming provisions. Continuous data collection from the vehicle, including location tracking, driving habits, and even in-car audio monitoring. Required social media posts about the vehicle. Minimum 2 weekly prohibition on negative comments about Ford products on any platform. Mandatory vehicle display at local events up to 6 weekends annually. Restriction from selling or transferring the vehicle for 36 months. The most concerning clause appears on page 27. Ford retains the right to remotely disable the vehicle if participation requirements aren't met. 3 missed surveys or social posts can result in vehicle repossession. It's basically an influencer contract disguised as a free car, explains consumer attorney Rebecca Harlow. These people aren't getting free vehicles. They're being paid with a depreciating asset to become full-time Ford marketers. The data collection goes far beyond normal telematics. The agreement grants Ford rights to all data collected through the vehicle's systems, including conversations captured by voice recognition systems, driving patterns, and even biometric information from compatible devices. Michael Chen, who initially was thrilled with his free Mach-Es, discovered this after connecting his phone. My calendar, contacts, even my text messages were being uploaded to Ford servers. When I questioned this, they pointed to paragraph 17.3 of the agreement. The financial implications are equally troubling. Recipients must report the vehicle as income, approximately $15,000 to $25,000 annually, depending on the model. This can push participants into higher tax brackets, creating tax liabilities many haven't anticipated. Sarah Williams, who received the F-150, was shocked when her accountant explained the tax consequences. They're calling it a long-term test program, but the IRS sees it as compensation. I'll owe about $7,800 in additional taxes this year. Perhaps most concerning, if Ford declares bankruptcy or ends the program, participants have no guaranteed rights to keep their vehicle, but remain bound by the contractual obligations. As one program participant told me, I thought I was getting a free truck. Instead, I signed up for a part-time job that pays in a depreciating asset I don't fully own, with tax consequences I didn't understand, and privacy invasions I never imagined. Behind Ford's desperate inventory clearance lies a more fundamental transformation. one that explains why they're willing to give away current models to clear the decks for what comes next. Ford is executing the most dramatic manufacturing pivot in its 120-year history. 3 U.S. assembly plants scheduled for closure by Q4. 40% reduction in internal combustion, vehicle production capacity, $11.8 billion investment in new EV-dedicated facilities, complete elimination of 7 current model lines. The free car program isn't just clearing inventory. It's accelerating the extinction of Ford's traditional product lineup. Models being given away are precisely those being discontinued or radically transformed in the next 18 months. Internal documents reveal Ford's Project Edison, a comprehensive manufacturing restructuring that will eliminate approximately 24,000 U.S. manufacturing jobs while creating 9,000 new positions in different locations and skill categories. The Dearborn Truck Plant, Ford's flagship facility that produces the F-150, will cease current operations in Q2 2026. The site will be converted to produce the next-generation electric F-150 with 60% fewer workers due to simplified assembly processes. They're not just changing what they build. They're changing how and where they build it, explains auto industry analyst Thomas Reynolds. The free car program buys them time and clears space for this transition. The manufacturing shift extends beyond U.S. borders. Ford has quietly acquired 3 manufacturing sites in Mexico and broken ground on a new facility near Mexico City that will become their largest global production center by 2027. For communities built around Ford plants, the implications are severe. In Louisville, Kentucky, where Ford employs 12,600 people, local officials have begun emergency economic planning sessions. Internal Ford documents suggest the Louisville assembly plant will reduce headcount by 70% over 24 months. The United Auto Workers Union has obtained some of these plans and responded with strike authorization votes at key facilities. UAW President Shaw Thien called the free car program a liquidation sale before they liquidate American jobs. Ford executives privately acknowledge the strategy's human cost, but maintain it's necessary for survival. As one senior vice president told investors in a closed-door meeting, we're not just changing our product lineup, we're changing what Ford is as a company. That transformation requires difficult decisions about our manufacturing footprint. The free cars flooding the market today are the final products of a Ford that won't exist 2 years from now. If you're interested in potentially getting a free Ford, here's exactly what you need to do and what you should consider before signing anything. First, determine if you're in a target market. The program currently operates in 18 metropolitan areas: Atlanta, Austin, Boston, Charlotte, Chicago, Dallas, Fort Worth, Denver, Houston, Los Angeles, Miami, Minneapolis, Nashville, Phoenix, Portland, San Francisco, Seattle, Tampa, and Washington, D.C. Next, check if you match Ford's target demographics. They're primarily looking for consumers aged 25 to 38 with household incomes between $75,000 to $125,000. You should have no current Ford vehicle in your household, be active on at least 2 social media platforms, and maintain a credit score of 680 or higher. The application process is deliberately low profile. Ford isn't promoting this publicly, instead using targeted digital marketing and dealer referrals. To maximize your chances, visit your local Ford dealer's website and complete a vehicle interest form, specifically mentioning interest in new models with current incentives. Ensure your social media profiles are public and show active engagement.